This dude, Lou Bloom, is the sickest character in movie history. I mean, I was watching this flick and I was amazed and, honestly, a little creeped out by how bizarre this guy was and scared of what he'd do to get what he wanted. But let me introduce you to one of the sickest characters ever put on screen. We first meet him as he's stealing some metal fencing and gets stopped by a security guard. At first, he's all smile and jokes with the guard, but then he spots a guy's wrist. And you guessed it, in the next scene, he's walking away with that same watch plus the fencing. He tries to sell the fencing to a guy and then casually asks him for a job. And when check this out, he doesn't even make eye contact when he talks. He's like a robot or an alien who took a course on how to speak like a human 101. After 10 minutes of trying to convince the guy to hire him, the man finally says no, he ain't hiring no thief. And what does Lou do? He just laughs it off. No hard feelings, he says. He doesn't care about the outcome, he just sees it as a learning experience. He knows that no one's gonna hire a known thief. So, he moves on to his next scheme. When he comes across a car accident, sees the news crews filming, and gets curious. He asks one of the cameramen which channel they're with, and the guy tells him they sell their footage to the highest bidder. Lou notices their fancy equipment and realizes there's good money to be made here. He watches the accident footage on television later and then comes up with his next move. We see him stealing a bike, then using the money to buy a police scanner and a video camera. And just like that, he's in the business of chasing down accidents, fires, and crimes, filming the whole time. When this dude is an ice-cold robot, no emotions whatsoever. There's this one scene where he's filming so close to this lady's face, he's practically shoving the camera up her nose. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. He's like a machine, always listening to the police scanner, waiting for something to go down, and then he's off, chasing the action. He's learning as he goes, and then he takes his footage to a news channel. They buy the bloody stuff, of course, and advise him to get better equipment if he wants to keep selling to them. And anyway, Lou's always listening, always learning, always planning his next move. I want you to pay attention to some small details, like how he irons his clothes and waters his plant, because these things will come into play later. Trust me, they're important. He goes to a diner and meets a young, nervous, probably homeless and hungry dude, and he lies to him, saying he's looking to hire someone for his big news company. The kid falls for Lou's BS about a big company and the promise of more money later. Lou teaches him what he's learned, and they wait for the next big story. Moon they head out to a building fire, but they mess up and get there too late. But Lou doesn't give up. He sneaks into the building and gets some dramatic shots, even altering the photos to make them more sensational. He sells the pics to the news channel and they love him, all except for one guy who's not too happy about Lou's methods. But the lady in charge, she digs his work and even tells him she loves this job. Lou says he loves it too. He hears about a hit and run and races to the scene, getting there before anyone else. He starts filming the victim, but then his camera jams. And this is where it gets dark. He grabs the injured man and drags him to a better lit spot so he can get a good shot. And the lady asks about the blood on his shirt. He brushes it off, no big deal, and asks her out to dinner. She refuses, not wanting to mix business with pleasure, but Lou don't take no for an answer. He basically threatens her, saying if she doesn't go out with him, she's ruining their working relationship. He laughs it off, but it's a clear threat. They go on a date and he tells her straight up, it's either a relationship or no more footage sales. She's in a tough spot cause she needs those shots to keep her job, so she agrees. Lou's got her right where he wants her. The cameraman Lou met at the beginning of the movie comes to him wanting to work together, but Lou turns him down. They argue, And the next time they meet at a crime scene, the other cameraman makes fun of Lou for being late and not getting any good shots. Lou's pissed cause he promised the lady at the news channel he'd get her some good stuff, so he loses it in front of a mirror. The next morning, he goes to the other cameraman's car and cuts the brake lines. That night, the cameraman gets into an accident and Lou's there to film it all. Even his assistant is like, "Dude, you didn't get that on camera?" And Lou, with a wicked smile, says, "They're not people anymore. They're just news." The other cameraman dies and Lou's assistant is freaked out. Lou goes to a villa where there's been a shooting and he breaks in before the cops arrive. He watches the footage, loving how great it looks, and takes it to the news channel where they pay him $15,000 for it, even though it's ethically and legally wrong to air that stuff. But Lou don't care. He's all about the money. He starts demanding that his name and his company, Video Production News, be mentioned on air. He wants to meet the director and all the big shots, and he tells the lady if she doesn't make those things happen, he'll take his business elsewhere. He's choosing her with his eyes, letting her know he means business. So she agrees and introduces him to everyone at the station, and they air his footage, and it's a huge hit. But then some detectives show up because Lou trespassed at a crime scene, and he gives them a copy of the footage, edited to remove the important parts. You'll see why later. The detectives leave. And now we get to the biggest, craziest thing Lou does in the movie. He finds out there's a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the criminal whose hit and run he filmed. His assistant asks what he's planning, and this will show you how little Lou cares about people. He wants to track the criminal, wait for him to get to a nice public place, and then call the cops so they can arrest him. That way, there's a chance the criminal will shoot at the cops and they'll shoot back and Lou can film the whole thing. Cops might get hurt or killed, but Lou don't care. He just wants that reward money and the dramatic footage. But his assistant is freaked out and wants more money, half the reward, and Lou's like, "I'll fire you if you're greedy." So, the assistant does the dumbest thing. He threatens to tell the cops about Lou's plan if he doesn't get the money. Lou's not happy, and you can see the evil in his eyes. The assistant thinks Lou will pay up, but Lou's like... The assistant is terrified, and Lou follows the criminal, waiting for the right moment to call the cops. He tells the assistant he doesn't understand humans, and sure enough, people get hurt. Lou's happy as hell, filming the whole thing, and there are car crashes and chaos everywhere, and he's loving it because it's all great footage. A cop car crashes into the criminal's car, and Lou tells his assistant to go film the bodies. The assistant runs to film, and the criminal isn't dead, so he shoots the assistant. Lou sees it all go down, and he knew the criminal wasn't dead. He let his assistant go film the criminal so the criminal would kill him and then he could film it. He doesn't care about anyone. And the assistant says, "You saw he was alive." And Lou's like, "I can't risk my company's success with someone I can't trust." He takes the camera, goes to the news channel, and jokes around with folks there, acting all happy like nothing happened. The lady is amazed at the footage, and then the detectives show up, wanting the unedited footage as evidence because a cop got hurt and 4 people died. The lady refuses to give it to them, and they ask Lou how he got to the restaurant so fast, and he lies, saying he was watering his plant that morning. That plant is his proof that he's a regular guy, but he's not normal at all. Detectives don't buy his story, but he walks away feeling victorious. In the end, we see his company has grown. He's got a whole team of cars and cameramen working for him. He tells them to listen to him and remember one thing. He won't ask them to do anything he wouldn't do himself. Peace out.